So tell me a little bit about a song of yours that you got,
Well, again, I travel around a lot. I write a lot of my songs from personal standpoint of experiences I've had. But since we're focusing on travel, Kerry and I were in Wyoming last September, and he happened to be driving at the time to an early morning middle school gig, if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're driving from Casper, Wyoming to Thermopolis, Wyoming.
I actually had to get up at where there was a 5 on my clock. I don't like getting up when I see a 5 on my clock.
Unless the sun's already up.
That's right, and it was not. But the Starbucks was open, so that helped.
Yeah, fortunately, there was a Starbucks close to where we had our hotel rooms.
That's right. So anyway, we're driving through, and we drive down this little 2-lane road and start dropping into the Wind River Canyon. And I've heard him talk about it before, but I've never actually been there. And so there are these signs on the side of the rocks that are talking about they're millions, maybe even billions of years old.
You've got Pennsylvanian rock, 30 billion years old. You've got mid-Ordovician rock. And
right. It's crazy. So as I'm driving through here, I'm imagining a story, and lyrics are coming to me. And by the time I returned in October or so, I began writing this song that one verse is just really from that landscape, and I began thinking, well, I don't have enough material to write everything. And that's one thing about inspiration. It gives you what it wants, at least in me, and then when it's done, it tells me it doesn't have any more. I can't beat any more out of this. And so
that's when the work starts.
Right. So what I do is I actually find things that couple up with it. And so this song, I let these songs sort of take me where they will. And this song decided that it wanted to be a sampling of different places that I've gone. So I remembered back to where my dad and I had traveled toward the Grand Tetons in the mid-90s. So that shows up in the song. My daughter and I had gone up to Taos, New Mexico, and she was trying to do a report for her 3rd grade class back at Sontag Elementary on the Rio Grande. And so every time she saw a stream, she would stand up there so confidently and say, "This is the Rio Grande." And I'm like, "No, Alice, that's a stream." And so we finally saw it on the side of the road as we were returning, and I took her down the little hill, and I said, "Alice, step in the water. This is the Rio Grande." And so that shows up in the song. And then all of this just gets coupled with a fictitious story that I made up in my mind about a person that you'd want to share this with. So if we have a moment, I'll just play a little bit of this song. It's called Blue Eyes.
Good. I'm glad. You want to plug anything? You got a website?
I do. I've got aspenblackcowgirl.com, and I also have aspenblackmusic.com. I do Western music, folk music, contemporary Christian music, I also do a lot of educational programs for schools and libraries, so you can find information about those on either of my websites. My daughter's website is aliceblackcowgirl.com, or no, I'm sorry, aliceblackmusic.com, and she does folk, western, and also works with me on the educational programs.
Any final words?
Travel safely.
Thank you.
It's hard on the road. Take good care.